Now, this September will be a big month for elections in Germany, with 3 federal states going to the polls. The far-right AfD is expected to make substantial gains in Saxony-Anhalt, Mecklenburg, West Pomerania and in the capital Berlin. Security sources are already warning that Russian disinformation campaigns are escalating in those states, mostly targeting opponents of the Russia-friendly AfD. Last month, AfD leader Alice Weidel said Germany should restore relations with Russia and lift the boycott on Russian oil and gas. Moscow officials have called the allegations of election meddling baseless and, quote, anti-Russian hysteria. Now, let's see about that. The head of DW fact-checking, Joscha Weber, has been taking a closer look at the impact of Russian misinformation on the German election. And you can read his findings in depth on dw.com. And his research is also getting a lot of attention across Germany's media landscape. Joscha, good to have you with us. First, tell us about the sort of misinformation and fake material that's currently being pushed out on social media.
Well, Gerhard, at first glance, they look like real news productions, but actually they are not. Supposedly, German and also European media outlets are reporting on political scandals in Germany. The videos use logos, fonts and also visual templates. They closely resemble those of real news organizations, but they are fake, and the claims they contain are fabricated. One example is Erich Stehr, a student who is running for a seat in the Saxony-Anhalt state parliament, and as a candidate for the left party he was attacked. We identified 4 fake videos that focus exclusively on him. The allegations made against Stehr in those videos are quite serious. He was allegedly been caught murdering his grandmother to inherit her apartment, killed a webcam model out of jealousy, organized underground LGBTQ sex parties at a German university, or helped to give better grades to students from Western Germany. We checked all these allegations and found no evidence to support them. We spoke with the police and officials at his university, and none of the claims hold up. But nevertheless, there are these posts online, and we have no investigations from the police, no indications of wrongdoing so far, no evidence backing the accusations, and Stehr has filed a criminal complaint over the fake videos, and this appears to be the first time this campaign has targeted regional and even local election with this level of intensity, so these fake reports are very targeted.
Now, what's the intention behind this campaign?
We see 3 main objectives here, Gerhard, in the narratives that are promoted by the fake content. First is to discredit. Second is to divide. And third is to overload. We identified in total 250 fake posts on X, along with similar content also on TikTok and Blue Sky, but they're being deleted more quicker. Most of them is aimed at discrediting political candidates for the elections, including state minister presidents like Manuela Schwesig, who was accused of using public money for a subscription of a questionable origin. An invented story and not a video by DW like it's shown here. Other cases even include members of the federal government and Chancellor Friedrich Merz. But there are also numerous narratives designed to deepen divisions, portraying East and West Germans as hostile and increasingly alienated from one another, like allegedly Western German soldiers distrusting their colleagues from the East. So some posts even push claims that there are plans to rebuild the Berlin Wall. You could imagine. Taken together, the flood of fake content appears intended to overwhelm journalists, fact-checkers, and of course social media users, making it harder to distinguish fact from fiction.
And I'm having just seen this fake DW video there. It looks, on first glance, it looks quite convincing, like the stuff that we put out. Now, who's behind this campaign?
Indeed, it looks like, but it's not, and you can tell by the details. But let's answer your question first. Not easy to say. The fake posts are published by accounts that had been inactive or for a long time not active on social media, had previously posted about entirely different topics, so the accounts were likely compromised or even stolen. However, we found one post targeting the FDP in Germany that referred to the party as SVDP, which is the Russian abbreviation of the Free Democrats in Germany. In another case, the narrator of a video appeared to speak with a Russian accent. Taken together and given also the similarities to previous influence operations that we monitored, analysts say there are indications of a possible link to Russia.
Now, who benefits from these videos?
That's a good question, Gerd. Given the fact that most fake videos are not produced in German, but in English, we can ask a question if they are really targeting a German audience here. And the fact that all bigger German parties are targeted except for the far-right AfD and left-wing populist BSW doesn't necessarily mean that these parties will benefit in the end. But if we look at the broader narratives like social division, distrust in democratic candidates, or portraying Germany as a struggling nation, we could get the conclusion that this could come from a player that wants to basically weaken Germany.
Now, as a fact checker, you look at fake news, fake videos day in, day out. Share some of your wisdom with us. What's the telltale sign of a fake video?
Well, basically, you have to take a closer look at a video like this, because the details will maybe tell you that this is not a video published by a media outlet. So that would be my first hint. Is the video really published by an official media outlet? And could you find it on their original accounts? Do the design and the typography match with the outlet's actual branding? And where does the footage come from? Could you maybe find evidence that support the story somewhere else? And lastly, could you check the claim? Could you check the evidence provided there? And in addition, we saw always a familiar pattern here. Fabricated stories, stolen footage, cloned logos, and imperfect copies of genuine video formats, if you look closely. This is perhaps why the fakes hardly have any organic reach and not many interactions so far, or comments on social media, we should say, but that could well change until the elections in September.
Well, thank God for that, at least. Thank you very much. Head of our fact-checking department, Joscha Weber there. Thank you, Joscha.